11th or 9/11. And there were some things I noticed about it that were kind of weird about the crash. Like, I know it seems like I'm not sad at all after watching this. I just watched it not too long ago, but it actually took me a lot to make this video, so believe me. It's like, holy cow, that was kind of scary. Now, if you look at it closely, just the way the plane flew in, and it went right through the towers, right? They both went straight through. And if you look, when the second plane hit, you can actually see parts of it like hanging on the other side of the building. The weird part is they stay intact the buildings stay perfectly intact for so long and then sink. They sink straight into the ground, just straight into the ground like that. So if they did that for so long, because I watched the CNN report on YouTube. Now, I was only 3 when this happened, and I was just like, I was going to bed, and I was in bed, and I could just hear, like, my mom, oh my goodness, you know. So I looked at the video, and the planes both went straight through, and the buildings stayed perfectly intact, and then sunk into the ground. Like, just went and flattened. Now, the thing is, I honestly don't care what the comments are. Honestly, say whatever you want, but this is just my, theory. This is what I think. Now, the planes hit, and the building sunk in. But what I'm thinking is, because the CNN report was I don't know how long. I watched a bunch of different clips from after the plane hit, which were at least 40 minutes long. And through those 40 minutes, for all the YouTube clips, the towers didn't come down. But then I watched a video of the towers coming down. The towers came down, just flattened. But I don't know if this was caused by the plane coming in and the debris on the roof falling down and crushing the building. Because that would usually just leave a big hole in the floor unless something crushed the pillars, on the edges. And it's a totally glass building, so I could see why it flies straight through. If that were to happen, the thing at the top would just drop right away and go and take the rest of the building down. But it didn't. It took at least 40 minutes to an hour for the actual, I don't know, I didn't watch the entire thing because I couldn't. It's that easy. And it came down at least 40 minutes to an hour later. So I think I'm not saying this is a CIA conspiracy, but I think there's something going on there before the planes hit. Now I think this because if it could stay there perfectly like that for an hour, and it took these tiny little debris to come all the way down, it would either take longer or shorter for the building to hit. So what I'm not understanding is how the building perfectly sunk into the ground, but the planes crashed straight through the top. And if it was, if the planes were the ones to take down the building, don't you think that it would kind of break over to one of the sides? I don't know. I don't know what a building does when a plane crashes into it. What do you think? One of the buildings would sink over, lean over to the one side that it was crashed on? Because if you crash straight through it, and it's got this big hole right here and a big hole right here, and this is the building, it usually, just from what I know, would usually fall over to one of the sides. It's empty because there's nothing there supporting it. It would just fall over that way. And only the top would come off but it's a glass building. It's kind of weak. I don't know. I've never been to the World Trade Center. But I think it should have done that instead of just collapsing straight down. Now, there's been a documentary saying they've proven that this was some sort of conspiracy with all the bombs in it, and it layered it completely. And then there are a lot of other complaints about 9/11 saying that there was no conspiracy, nothing happened there, and it was caused by debris. I'm more towards the way of it being some sort of heist or conspiracy thing, just because of the way, how they hit it and then what happened afterwards. And if it took them so long to plan to take a plane and blow it into the building, right? There were so many warnings, like years and years before that. There were a lot of warnings, right? And I know why you'd spend like months planning getting the planes to hijack them and then fly them into the buildings, but would it take seriously that much, like so long? I don't know how long it took them, but apparently it was pretty long. So long to plan that out. Now, that could only mean two things. That one, well, actually it could mean multiple things. I don't know. But the main two are these guys are really dumb and they don't exactly know what they're doing. And two is that there was something going on in the World Trade Center before the planes hit. Now, I'm not sure. Leave a comment saying whatever. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know why it happened. I don't know what they're gaining from it. I don't really think that Osama could possibly gain anything from blowing anything up, right? Or killing people. I don't see what he could gain. He's a terrorist. He just goes around killing stuff. I don't know what he could gain, so I don't know why that was so important to bomb those buildings. I don't know why. According to his warning, he said there had to be bloodshed. There had to be. There absolutely had to be orphans. There had to be bloodshed. There had to be explosions. But what I'm not understanding is that he does so many bad things in his own country, does so many bad things to other countries. What does he gain from all of it, right? So there must be something else to it. Like, I don't know. I just have a feeling that there must be. That's just my theory. If you have a problem with it, oh well, just leave a comment saying whatever. If anybody ever does find, like, proof, I don't know if anybody did find proof. I didn't look into this much before this, but I just looked at the report and other videos of the buildings falling, of the buildings being hit. You know, I didn't look up any documentaries or anything. I'm going to look into it, but I didn't do it right now. So if anybody has any complaints or anybody has like a link or something to actual proof of it not being a conspiracy or proof of it being a conspiracy, leave your link in the comment section because I really want to see it, because I honestly really want to know what happened. I want to know why they did this, and I'm Canadian. I'm living in BC right now, and I'm still so terrified, so sad, and so shocked of that happening that I actually want to get right to the bottom of it. My friend, he knows a lot about this stuff. You know, he reads every book, he watches every movie, documentary, looks up YouTube, any other site. He will actually go pretty much anywhere. He will travel to other places to find out what he wants to know. And he told me that it was a conspiracy, but I'm not sure, judging by all the negative comments. Oh, it's not a conspiracy, it's not a conspiracy. Or sites saying that it wasn't a conspiracy, or videos saying it wasn't a conspiracy. I'm not sure. Alright? So if anybody finds a link to people that actually did look into this, like, you know, important people that actually did look into this, please leave a link at the bottom and I will look at it and I don't know, I guess I'll post a video of what I think of that next part and what I think of their reasons or whatever. But my reasons is that the building came straight down at least an hour after the planes hit, in a straight line. Like, they didn't go, they just went down. Now, I find that kind of weird. I don't know what caused it, but I'm thinking that there's bombs or something inside the building. Honestly, that's just what I think. Because I'm not quite sure why the building just went straight down. I'm not sure. I don't know. I didn't see, I didn't really want to look at the whole video of the building going and crashing down. But from what it looked like on the certain videos I watched, is the windows blew out at the top, and then they blew out the next floor down and the next floor down, and they kept on blowing out like that. But after they blew out, then the building sunk. Like, if there was the one floor here, windows would have blown out, and then the building goes down. So, I'm not quite sure. So if anybody has any information, please leave it in the comment section. I would be happy to hear it.